action. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Manhattan's Voice, NYIT's hottest podcast. Welcome to Spooky Season's first episode, October 1st. I'm your co-host, David Gustavo Contreras, joined by...
Nicole Miranda.
And Julian West.
Trio, the trifecta right
We've
there.
gotten very good at that, which I'm
We're
happy
getting
about.
good. We're getting good. Practice makes perfect, Davey.
It's like we do this for a freaking living.
It's like we do this every week or something. It's crazy.
I know.
It's like we see each other every day almost.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
I'm not that lucky.
20 minutes ago in class.
Yeah, I've literally been with you guys for what, like 4 hours almost. I'm gonna be with you guys for like 5 hours.
Dude, literally, you know what's funny? Since July, we've had contact with each other a couple days a week, literally.
Yep.
And it's adorable, guys.
Nikki's the only one that's left.
Yeah, well.
What do you mean?
You were away for like 3 weeks.
To be fair, I'm leaving in mid-October.
Yeah, but like you're not missing the podcast though.
I wouldn't do that because I'm not a scumbag.
I might leave during the end of the
Wow,
week.
shocker. Where are you going?
Why you? Because Elizabeth, she's gonna graduate in like 2 months from BMT.
Oh, yeah,
She
that makes
left.
sense.
Oh my god, guys! Before we start, she left on Tuesday, 2 weeks ago, and so she said before leading up to her leaving, she said at 4 o'clock in the morning, after that time, she wouldn't be able to talk to me, but we talked throughout the majority of the day. And then one point when she got off of the plane in Texas, she said one of her people, he had air in his ear, so he was trying to get it out because the pressure from the plane and stuff like that.
Terrible.
So
that happens when you fly, really.
and then so I was just oh my god, can you take it out, get it out, you get what I mean? And
Somewhat.
then literally that's the last thing I ever said to her because she stopped responding to me.
Can you get it out? All right,
Can
bye.
you get the air out?
Famous last words.
Well, yeah. So then I was just I was so sad. And then her mom texted me saying that she called a couple days ago on Sunday to for the address of where she's where we can send mail
letters?
to.
Yeah.
So then
Her on campus address.
yeah. So then
On campus.
Yeah, on campus.
Is it campus?
On the base.
Base. That's it.
On base.
Oh,
Base,
yeah.
Because is she going to the Air Force?
Yeah, she's in the Air Force.
Yes.
She's in boot camp
That's
right now.
it.
She's
Campus-
not in
campus
school.
Doesn't sound right. Yeah, campus. That's not the right term.
It's not the same thing.
So then her mom had messaged me asking, she sent me the recording of the of Elizabeth leaving the message of her address and stuff like that, but there was one part when she was talking about her dorms, she could I couldn't figure it out, her mom couldn't figure it out, I couldn't figure it out, and it was 20 minutes trying to repeating the message and trying to figure out what it meant. But after that time, I figured it out, and I sent a letter to her and
cool.
some pics and stuff like that.
Nice.
I had a friend in the Marines. He left right after high school,
Oh my
and
God.
I never got the mailing letter, so I never wrote him a letter. But
Oof.
yeah, I missed him pretty. He was gone for 4. He was in San Diego. No, he was in Tokyo. No, Okinawa for a while.
Oh my god.
Didn't see him for a very long time. I missed him, but now he's back home. He's going to school. I love you, Andrew.
I had a friend from high school that went to, I think it was the Air Force Academy, and I haven't seen her, I think since the summer before college started.
Hope she's doing well.
Yeah, I hope
Shout
so
out to
too.
the armed forces. We
Yeah.
love you guys out there.
Yeah, we love you, and then veterans too.
What else was in your week?
I guess we'll start with me then.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
Yeah, we might as well.
you already have started
Might as well.
essentially. Yeah.
It's been good working with Manhattan Globe. We had the interview with Foley, but we'll talk about that
Yes.
in a little
We'll
bit.
go into
Give
as
you
much
the spicy
detail.
deets. The spicy
Yes.
deets.
So spicy. What else? This weekend I just honestly stayed home and just catched up on sleep
Yeah,
because
well
I was
deserved. I'm
so
sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
freaking
Yeah.
tired. And I was just I'm never the person to just stay home. On Sunday, I was supposed to do some work for one of my classes, and I started to really. It was 3 questions, but I had to read 20 pages of this article. But I started reading it, and then it was 2, and then I was just maybe I'll take a nap, and then so I took a nap.
A nap?
Preach.
What?
A nap from 2 to 5, and then I woke up and I was oh my god, where am I? Yeah. And
What
then
year is it?
And then so then I had to do the thing for Elizabeth's mom, and then but then I didn't do my homework after that. I ended up doing some crunches. I was work out time. And then cleaned
That's dedication.
Rocky
right
montage of her just punching raw meat.
Yeah. And then I cleaned my room, and then I showered, and
What
then
are you looking at over there?
Events.
Oh.
School events that I will list off
memorizing your script.
after we've done our recap. Yeah, this whole show is scripted.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, that's not my line. That's my line.
I'm sorry.
This whole thing is scripted. Yeah, it's.
I'm sorry. We gotta start over. Cut.
I can't keep working like this. I'll be in my trailer.
Okay. And then what else? And then I actually started it at 9. So
There we go.
and then I finished it.
Eventually, it got done.
It got done.
Jeez.
Wasn't due till Tuesday, so like I was ahead of the game.
What
but then
class was it for?
it was for ICBS Rural New York. That class
I
it
wanna
gives
take
a
that.
lot of work.
Never
and
mind. I don't want to take it anymore.
It's a good class.
it's a good class,
You
and
took
I took it last semester.
but you took
Can
it
you guys
with
recommend a teacher?
I
had a different professor.
yeah, I have a new professor.
Was yours good?
Mine was great. I
What's
had
her name?
Professor Nicholas Bloom.
Sounds like a writer.
I think that was supposed to be my professor, but he left or something.
Did he really? Did he
Or
leave the school?
Or he isn't teaching the class.
Spreading-
I don't know.
Spreading
Do
rumors.
not
We're spreading
take-
rumors. Yeah.
Don't
I
take
would-
my word.
I would be devastated if he left the school. He was a great
sorry.
professor.
Touch my sock again.
I'm sorry.
What? Oh,
I hit
they're
his
playing
sock.
footsies again.
No. Oh my god.
Like I told you. Like, can we do this later? Jeez Louise.
Ow!
You'd think we'd remain
I
professional.
hit my head on the wall.
Julian,
Oh my
how was
God.
your week, my man?
Very busy.
Shocker.
We had the Foley interview on Thursday.
Which Julian was all over, the tech wise. He was
Yes.
the man of the hour, the
I was-
VIP minus obviously our great interviewer.
We set up and did camera tests for like 2 hours, broke that stuff down, brought it to another building up 12 floors, and then set up
Half-hour setup,
again.
yeah.
They're like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Oh, in a minute."
Kinda.
2 seconds.
So that was big.
Wait,
Anything on a positive note for your week?
you're getting a lot of things on your resume to do.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop. Yeah,
I'm
dude.
good.
I feel like you
Long
can
term.
You can brag about that. Oh yeah. Oh, the president of NYIT. Yeah. Interviewed him
Doesn't
one time.
NYIT want to have you record something as a promo?
GTFO.
Actually, yeah, I'm kind of working on 2
Or is that
projects.
not official yet? Can
no.
you talk about, is that classified?
Well, we're talking about it anyways.
One of them I know I can't talk about. So
One.
This guy. Look at you
This
crushing the
man.
game.
there's 2 things. So like one is happening this week. This Thursday, I'm helping shoot like it's basically a tutorial video for professors that are using the distance learning classrooms. So like etiquette when like addressing students that are on the other campus or using like the cameras to make sure that like people see everything, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah, they got the
but
best guy on the job.
Literally you.
the most
How'd they scout you?
the most exhausted
Manhattan's
guy
Voice?
on the
They
job.
they recruited you like a scout draft.
It was through, I think, John Vincennes. He
That's our
recruited
guy
me.
right there.
The boy.
Thank you very much.
Demands.
I think his official title is studio manager. That's his. I believe that's his official title.
You say so?
Sure.
But yeah, John Vincennes is great. If you guys are in communications or ever in the communications department, say hi. He's an amazing person.
You need
First
help?
of all, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Well deserved, my friend.
Can you like update us on your life or when things happen besides on the
Yeah,
podcast?
we want the
I
positive.
don't
We
really
want.
do that with anyone.
Well,
so
can you do that with us?
Come
I
on.
mean, I could try it.
We're family.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna ask you every day. Hey, what's new, my man?
I could try
Did
it.
a new project?
Honestly, I gotta start like updating my mom more often. Mom, I'm sorry.
Mom, we love you.
Your
you see
mom
this.
probably like watches this and like she's like, "Wow, I didn't know that about my kid."
Do all of our moms watch this, guys?
My mom does not watch
My
this.
mom
I think
watched
my
like, the
mom-
first one, I think.
My mom might be behind, but I think she
Oh.
she still listens to them. like,
My
in the
aunt
car.
watches this though. That's
Some kid I went to high school the other day was like, messaged me, was like, yo, hey, like, good job on the podcast. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. I didn't think you'd watch it. The people from back home, I don't know.
Someone asked me if I got paid to interview Foley, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
we did. We got big bucks. Deal with NBC.
Yeah. So it was
Yeah,
just
it'll-
like
it'll be streaming soon,
It
guys.
was for like the newspaper. He was like, "Oh, I was gonna say that sucks, but like I guess that's cool." And I'm like, "Well, who are you coming to like that?"
Wait, so anything else in your week, Julian?
this is just going to be a very busy week for me, but I'm looking forward to
Julian will crush it just
sleep.
like he crushes everything else.
Looking forward to lots of sleep very soon. But
Call this guy Sly Stallone because he's the demolition
This weekend
man.
we can finish the newspaper by Friday night, and then that's it.
I
Come on,
hope
guys.
so.
Team
We'll-
on three.
we'll-
Team on three. Team on three.
1, 2, 3.
Team.
Do you guys have clammy hands?
I have very
I
soft
get them
hands.
sometimes.
I have very soft hands, so I get like they feel moist, but they're just really soft.
I get clammy hands
Get
sometimes.
it together, guys.
On a very
First of all, ma'am.
on a very like odd tangent, you got because you mentioned I think you said NBC like when you were
Yeah.
talking about the Foley interview.
Nuh-uh.
No.
Whoa.
I'm not,
Oh my goodness.
Get out of town.
no, I'm not working with NBC, but I just
Yet.
I'm sure
I-
you will be. Yes.
I figured I'd bring
Yet.
it up because they're starting their streaming service soon. Like that's why The Office is being ripped off of Netflix, so they can put it on their streaming services.
I've never watched it.
I need to finish The
Netflix.
Office.
I don't like The
I
Office.
I mean,
started it.
I've never watched The Office, not Netflix.
I started it. I need to finish it.
I don't
but
like The
their
Office.
streaming service is just gonna be called Peacock. Like
Ew.
you got Netflix, Hulu,
I mean, it's the logo.
Amazon
Oh, yeah.
Prime Video.
I'm so
I mean,
stupid.
yeah, like it is the logo, but like
Peacock?
why? Like,
It's the logo.
but it just sounds weird.
Yeah, I'm
mean,
going to go
Yeah,
home
I'm
and
gonna
watch
go
some
stream
Peacock.
Off The Office on Peacock. Like
Gotta go home.
Where do
watch-
you stream your Office? Oh, I stream it on Peacock.
I want to go binge some Peacock.
see, it sounds
It
dumb.
does, yeah. Now to think about it.
Anyway, how was your week, David?
Well, your boy won in fantasy this week by like
Oh,
3
nice.
points.
Did you
You
beat
beat your
Did
mom?
you destroy your
No,
mom?
no.
Jinx!
She, I
You
think
owe me a soda?
she won again this week. Whoever she's playing, but I beat.
She's too good.
I
She's
beat.
too
I
good.
beat the Untouchables this week.
Cannot be Mama
But this
Contreras.
week I'm playing my father,
Oh.
which is like like he said like a decent team, but I'm confident in my boys. The
Look out.
the
Look
Reservoir
out, Papa
Dogs are coming,
Contreras.
baby. The Reservoir
dad-
Dogs are
Look
coming.
out.
Your dad's going to listen to this and
He's
and
gonna
it's
like
probably,
rearrange
like,
his roster like
No, it's probably like listening is like, oh, my kid wishes.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Jorge.
Papa Contreras.
Popic.
Popic. I don't know what that
That's
word
what
was.
I call him. Hey, Popik, how you doing?
I don't know what that word was.
You got a Popic?
Um,
Because I got a
Yeah,
Popic.
crush it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no. First, I had like a hunt, like a
what is his team name?
the MDE. It's something from the league, I think. You ever watch the league?
No,
It's something from that.
the MDE. I don't know.
The league is like about fantasy football. It's like a comedy show, like Nick Kroll and like
Yeah,
John
I've heard of
Joao.
the show, but
It's a good show. I never watched it, but yeah. I'm the Reservoir Dogs. He's the MDE.
what was your mom's team again?
It's Saquon to no one.
So good. It's so good.
It is pretty good. It is pretty
Yo,
good.
I
Yeah,
wanna
not a lot
meet
of
your
not a lot of the
mom.
team names are very good besides my mother's and mine, obviously.
What's your name?
The Reservoir Dogs,
Go home.
like the Tarantino movie.
That one's good. That one's good.
It's my favorite Tarantino
But
movie.
your mom's the best one so far.
Yeah, I know. She's got.
Mama
You know,
is
she was
the
asking me
OG.
which because she had like 5 choices, and I told her like,
Oh, what?
Saquon to no one. I chose that.
What were some of the other ones?
Some other Saquon Barkley stuff. I can't remember.
I
them
guess
now.
she's a big
They
Saquon
were all
Barkley
punks.
fan?
No, she's just a Giants fan.
Hmm.
I'm the
Good,
only Jets
good.
fan in the family.
You're a disgrace.
Yeah,
Just-
well, she's a Mets
No.
fan and I'm a Yankee fan.
Oh, she's a Mets fan.
Not on
Why?
mom's side anymore, huh?
Why?
You know, it's funny because I'm
She's
like
from
listening
Queens.
to you
She's from
guys going
Queens.
back and forth, and I'm like, I don't know anything about sports. I grew up watching the Dolphins in Miami.
That sucks.
UM.
Sucks for
Ooh,
you.
Yeah.
I remember I went to
That's
this.
rough.
Early 2000s Dolphins. were-
I went to this one UM game, and I would scream.
Oh, Hurricanes?
Yeah.
Woo, the
And I would scream on the top of my lungs, and I'm like, ah, and I would lose my
Did
voice.
you know what was happening?
Yeah, because my stepdad was a football
Football.
coach.
Oh, so you like?
Yeah,
You,
so, like-
you understand?
Yeah, so
football.
yeah,
she
and
told
then
us that. She told
and
us
then when because since he was a coach, then I would like be a trainer, or like I would go to all of his like
I remember
games
the
and stuff like
trainer
that.
thing.
So I do that. But those were my pastimes. Now I don't step on grass. I
That's
step
an odd
on.
thing to say.
Yeah, I kind of take that back.
She does step on grass. That is
I
fake news.
avoid
That's
grass
fake
when
news.
I see it.
I've seen Nicole step on grass many times, so she's lying.
I mean, I feel like there's not really grass in the city, so like I
We're
guess
next
I'm
to a park,
true.
so-
I mean, we're next to like
But do I
literally the
own?
biggest park.
We've been to the
in the
park
city.
like together to film for class.
We have. Pretty sure. Yeah, sure.
No, I'm positive we
She's,
have.
she's just acting. We know that
Yeah,
she
it's
stepped on
called
grass.
acting, guys.
Brava.
Yeah,
Take a bow. Take
again,
a bow.
this entire show is scripted. Sorry we've lied to you for so long.
Will you stop
but
taking my lines, bro?
I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's my week. Work's cool, but we have a new Nightmare Before Christmas collab with Vans coming out this Friday.
Ooh,
Cool.
Okay, say
They have like a skate hide, 2 eras, an authentic, and a slip on, and they're
Nice.
pretty tight. I actually might snag one. Just hopefully.
Can we really get funded by Vans, please?
I'm gonna look into it.
Can you ask them if they want to sponsor the podcast? That'd be sick.
Imagine if we all got free shoes.
Oh my god, bro! I don't even care if they wanted to have us like wear like only Vans on our shows and like all for the rest
No
of our
problem.
lives.
Some of their like clothes are nice too, like the jackets. I really like the windbreakers they put out.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
that green one. I
Yeah.
really
If
like.
any public
actually,
relations or anything
I
like
have-
that of
I have a
Vans.
Vans book bag.
So do I.
Vans, it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Make it happen. Let's make this deal happen.
Make it happen.
Vans, you're in my heart. I don't have a book bag,
I've
but you can
literally-
give me a book
I've had
bag.
that bag for like 4 years, I think.
I've had that bag for about 2 years, maybe 3 years. And I've had these Vans for about 11
I can
months now.
say I approve of your high quality build products, your product builds.
As
Thank
do
you
I.
for your
That
service.
bag carries everything that I need, including my laptop, SD cards, flash
You know
drives,
what I
Hard
love?
drives.
cables. I love Vans too.
You know,
Gum.
you know what's more comfortable than just a nice Vans skate high, black and white with a nice
Nothing.
waffle bottom?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I'm hungry. Let's get some waffles. I want some Vans, baby. Let's do it. Let's make this deal
Let's do it.
happen.
You could definitely be a
Speak with
spokesperson.
I love Vans. I've worn Vans for years.
You literally my first impression is like, damn,
No, I'm
this
not
kid
wearing my Vans
always
tonight, man.
wears denim jackets, hats, and Vans. That's it.
Like those Nikes you saw me wear the other day. That's like the first time I've worn non-Vans.
They were,
Anything
like,
but
blue,
Vans.
right?
And they were
Like,
uncomfortable
teal.
because your feet were like, what?
Yeah,
These aren't
what?
Vans.
These aren't Vans. Where's the waffle bottom? All right.
What's
so,
happening? But
what's today's? Let's get into the meat and potatoes, if you will.
Oh,
Wait.
Yeah,
Whoa,
we gotta
whoa,
do,
whoa,
I'm just gonna,
whoa, guys.
I'm gonna run
we
through.
all gang up on him.
Holy moly! Sorry.
I'm just gonna run through the week's events real quick. There aren't as many as last week, thankfully.
Are you gonna
or
just
the
do
week
it all?
before. Yeah.
Don't do
I'll
Yeah,
just-
no, it's fine.
We'll go back and forth.
so yeah, we're gonna run through the not just club events, but events for the
School
Manhattan
events and club
campus.
events. Yes.
For the coming week. So, of course, there is the No Stress Tuesday series that is continuing in room 408, right,
Yes,
of
sir.
26 West. This coming Tuesday's theme, October 8th, is happiness, regardless of the environment. Search within. And I really...
That voice is like
I
like sweet butter in my ears.
I really appreciate that. It sucks I wasn't able to make it today. Just too much on my plate. But
Julian, no need to apologize, my friend. You're gravy.
I need that energy.
Trying to find your center, bro.
And then that same Tuesday is NYC Bingo Night, which is the
Ooh.
kickoff for this year's Relay for Life.
Bingo, what's his name on, baby?
That is from 6 to 8. Oh, obviously, No Stress Tuesdays is free hour on Tuesdays.
We'll be there next time.
I will plan to make it. NYC Bingo Night is 6 to 8 p.m. October 8th on Tuesday. It's in the 11th floor auditorium of 16 West.
We might actually be here for that.
Apparently, this might be a monthly bingo night thing.
What can
You can win technology-oriented prizes, and all the proceeds go towards the American Cancer Society. So,
Oh, gee whiz. That's cool. That's
very,
awesome.
very cool.
That's coolio.
What day are you on?
Is there a club event on that Tuesday?
The 8th?
Yes.
There's a SWE general body meeting at 12:45 to 2 p.m. Location has yet to be determined.
Okay.
But stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Also, on October 10th, the NYIT Ventures will have their second guest speaker discussing IBM artificial intelligence during free hour in 16 West, room 822. Knowing the Venture Club, I'm sure it'll be a quality event.
I do want to make it to some of their.
That does sound like it piqued my interest.
Yes.
Just for the sake of avoiding a Terminator future, I want to.
We're already on the
I'm
way.
just
I mean,
keeping an eye out,
I
keeping an eye
gotta
out.
show you. I mean, people who are
If I
watching
see a
might have.
buff, naked German man coming towards me, that's all I know. The robots are coming.
People
baby.
who are watching probably like already know about this, especially if you're into the whole like technology thing. But Boston Dynamics is now starting to like kind of rent out their robots to like companies. They're creepy. And also they released a video on their YouTube channel like about a week ago of
About a week ago.
their like
I'm not even gonna do the dance.
their most humanoid robot.
Why you
like,
gotta make him
like,
humanish, bro?
Jumping around, like it's too
Well, thank you.
it's too perfect and it's terrible.
This is how-
if you haven't seen the video, I'll try to remember to link them in the description. They're terrifying.
First of all, this is how the Matrix, Terminator, and every other robot movie and iRobot
Listen,
literally. This is how it starts.
If
This
the
is how it
climate
starts.
doesn't get us first, the Boston Dynamics
It
robots
probably will.
Also on October 10th, there are 3 major school events going on. There's a workshop for Aetna health insurance
Is that how you say
during
it?
free hour. I think it's Aetna.
Yeah, it's Aetna.
I think the A is
I thought it was
silent.
8. Oh, like Django.
It's during free hour, October 10th, 16 West, room 723. Representatives from Aetna are going to be on campus discussing like an overview of health insurance plans, in-network versus out-network systems, deductibles, co-payments, and navigating their health insurance app. And lunch will be provided.
Ooh.
So
Now
that's
you got
always
my
a good
attention.
thing. Next, that same day,
You're on the 10th still?
yes, two more. There's two more on the 10th. Are there any other club events on the 10th?
The NSBE will be holding an engineering patent event during free hour.
NSBE's events are always very
Nesby, okay.
very informative.
And
That's
also the BMES will be holding the BMES will be hosting a 3D printing seminar during free hour on the 3rd floor of the library. Which
good. That actually sounds cool.
I've seen some of the stuff that they've 3D printed here, and that still blows my mind. 3D printing.
I just like it's cool just seeing stuff form like
Yeah,
layer
right?
by
It's
layer.
so crazy.
Yeah,
but that's in the 3rd floor of the library during free hour on October 10th.
Okay. Also, two more events on the 10th. Introduction to database searching. This is an event hosted through the library. Excuse me. So it's going to be EGGC room 307. This is very, very useful for anyone who is a first-year student or hasn't done much like work with databases in the past. They do a very good job of covering like basic search techniques. They're going to show you how to use like all the tools that are made available through NYIT's library to get you to all these different databases so you can have credible facts for any papers you're writing or what are you guys giggling about?
No, I'm like wondering, like, what is she? Is she looking at her phone too? Like, she's not reading anything.
Are you staring at a picture of yourself?
I just
You just updated your LinkedIn picture
Yes.
during the podcast. How unprofessional.
Maybe.
Wow.
But it looks really nice. Look at it.
It's not bad. No, I'm kidding.
He just said it's ugly.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Well, I don't have a nicer picture. My other picture
Introduction
was
to database strategies hosted by the library, EGGC room 307. Very informative if you haven't used databases in the past. I learned a lot during my first year when I went to one of those events, and I feel like I haven't forgotten any of that information. So highly recommended. Last one for October 10th is the National Coming Out Day booth, which actually
the 10th?
Or do you have a different date for that?
I have October 11th for the National Coming Out Day booth.
Oh, this is wrong on this schedule. Okay, so yes, it is the 11th. Sorry.
Yes.
It is not the 11th.
To all my LGBTQs and allies out there, they'll be hosting a National Coming Out Day booth in the EGGC awning lobby during 12:45 to 2:15 p.m. Be there or be square.
So their little description that they've given is each year on October 11th, National Coming Out Day promotes a safe world for LGBTQ plus individuals to live truthfully and openly. Stop by to pick up a pride flag or ribbon. Pride Alliance will be giving away snow cones and cotton candy and will be promoting their weekly meetings and educational materials. Very, very nice. Good job, Pride Alliance.
We should stop by, guys.
Very cool. Yeah, we should make an appearance.
Also, on October 11th, we have the Black Student Union's Do-Rags versus Bonnets event during 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The location on that is still to be determined, but we're working on that, and we'll get that information out to you as soon as we get it.
Yes.
Last thing for this week, also on the 11th, from 12:45 to 4 p.m., 26 West Room 401 is Navigate Your Community. This is part of the 3-part series from the Office of International and Experiential Education. Their description is complete a mission that sends you and your team across New York City. Together, you'll answer questions about the city's rich history and culture, get to know its diverse communities, and learn more about each other along the way. Nice plus, successful completion of your team's mission can earn you free tickets for New York City shows and events. So this is a way for them to like get people who aren't maybe familiar with New York City or haven't really met anyone in their year yet to get together, group up, have some fun, meet each other, and also learn a lot about the city along the way. So highly recommended, especially if you're first-year students. Again, these are like opportunities that the campus puts out for you guys to engage, get to know each other, be more comfortable on campus, and
Make
around
use
your
of them,
fellow
guys.
classmates.
Definitely attend them for sure. They're for your benefit alone.
The they're usually pretty well run as well.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if there's a larger turnout. They turn out very well. So highly recommended.
Yeah, the crowds for these things are always super.
Yeah, and student engagement this year has been pretty good.
Yeah,
so far.
I heard
mean,
it's the highest it's been for a while.
This is what, like week 5, and we've seen
because we're the voice of the people. Baby.
We've seen a lot of engagement this year so far. So it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Encouraging.
Sure,
yes.
Why not?
So that's it for school events.
Anything to add, Nicole? Cool, awesome. Move on, guys.
She was too busy updating her LinkedIn profile picture.
No, I already finished.
What were we talking about? Next on the drawing board.
Anyway, Nicole, do you want to say something? I feel like you haven't talked for a while.
Yeah, because
don't ruin it. Don't
LinkedIn.
ruin it. Why'd you ruin it, man? We had a
Shut
good
up.
thing going. She was sitting there quietly.
Listen, because I know I was
Should've
going to
said
talk
anything.
about the actual main topic today, which
I
Oh,
think
she's
we
too.
can-
Oh, she's too good to talk
I
about
think
the
we
side
can-
stuff. Is that it?
I think we can get into that now.
I'm going to punch him in the face. I'm kidding.
Listen,
You
we
heard
don't
it here
we
first.
don't promote
She threatened
violence
me.
here.
She threatened me.
Okay.
Hate crime.
We're actually locked in this room together, so like we could.
Yeah, David slammed the door because it wouldn't shut.
So any violence would be
I didn't break it
confined
for
to
the
this
record.
space. Next thing you know, like on our YouTube channel, it's like podcast episode 11 gone violent. Oh.
Gone wrong? Question mark
we get-
exclamation point.
And then you gotta put like the red arrows in the thumbnail.
Whoa.
We get so many views for that.
Guys, David Dobrik was in New York yesterday, and I'm so upset that I did
Wow.
not.
I barely know who he
I
is.
don't care. He
Like,
gives his friends cars, and he's an ex-Viner. That's literally all I know.
Listen, he could be my friend and give me a car.
man, if he wants to give
Well,
me
you'd
a
have, you'd have-
Tesla,
you'd have to be likable first to have a friend.
Okay, David, calm down. Calm down with these jokes. He's just joking, guys. I'm not
kidding.
mean.
She's the most likable person I've ever met in
All
my
right,
entire
those
life.
finger quotes are.
David Dobrik, if you're out there, if you want to buy me a Tesla, I'm totally open
If
to
you want to
that.
come on the show, even though I just talk smack, not really smack, but if you want to come on the show, David would love to have you.
Please buy me
You
a
can
Tesla.
replace Hissy, okay?
There's the only room for one David in this show. my
David
friend,
Dobrik.
and I'll probably be the first one to
Buy
go.
me a Tesla. I want a Tesla, please.
Yeah, buy him a Tesla and just replace me in the show. And then once he boosts our ratings, I'll come right back in.
Yeah, just slide right back in.
Oh, it's me again, guys.
All right, guys.
Um,
Starts crying because I don't know where to
David
start.
Dobrik will still come on the show. So, yeah.
just start.
All
You
right.
got
Well, okay. So this past Thursday, which was last week Thursday, the guys and I scored an interview with Hank Foley to talk about like his side of the story because
El Presidente.
I was just about to say that.
Okay.
Jinx,
Sometimes we're literally on like the same wavelength, and it's so weird. All right, go.
She's just jealous of our
All right.
bond.
Well,
She's
you know,
jealous of
we'll,
our bond.
We'll shut up
Okay.
now
Yes.
and let you talk for a good couple.
It's her
minutes.
moment.
No,
The
I
floor,
know.
no,
the
go.
floor is yours, Catherine.
Oh, don't shut up. All right. So, anyways, we did this interview just because. Well, not just because. We did this interview because there's always two sides of the story, and people forget that. So, like, we as students know our side about, like, we were told that campus wasn't being sold, and then because it was on the market, and then a couple months later it is being sold. So it was like everybody was skeptical about everything that's going on. So as editor-in-chief and as Manhattan's voice, we decided to all come together to interview him. Even though the guys didn't do the interviewing, I had to do it. It was kind of I was nervous.
Nothing to say.
I was so nervous, guys. You guys
She-
can say stuff.
She
Stuff.
crushed it, by the way, for the record. I like
She
how
did
you, I like how
very,
you
very
started.
well.
I like how you started it when you said you're not coming into this as the editor in chief. You're coming into this as a student
Yeah.
concerned about the future of her education.
Actually, I may be able to put like a little 30-second snippet right here.
Ta-da!
So you've been NYIT's president for the past 3 years now, June
Almost,
1st.
not quite. Yeah.
Yes. So congratulations on that.
Thank
That's
you.
a major accomplishment. So what were your initial thoughts as the transition from the interim chancellor at Missouri,
Yeah.
University of Missouri, to New York Institute of Technology back in 2017?
I had to pinch myself every day. It was so much. Is this going to go online? I should be careful, but not because the University of Missouri wasn't great. It was. It's a great school. But because for the first time, I wasn't worried about what the governor thought. I wasn't worried about what local legislators thought. I wasn't worried about all those politics that go with being in a public university that become kind of overwhelming. And I could really focus on the mission here.
If I haven't edited it,
Oh no,
Edited
you won't be editing it, will you?
Yeah.
We'll be giving our
We do have another editor coming in tomorrow, but
giving him his trial run.
I'm taking
pressure.
care
For who?
I'm taking care of the interview editing.
Mikey.
Oh,
You beat that.
he's
You guys
been
said.
there.
I'm taking care of the interview editing.
Yeah, obviously.
For Foley's interview, so I have all that footage, so I can just
Which will be out soon, y'all.
I can stick a clip into his our new editor's editing package for tomorrow, and then
So we scored this interview with Foley to get his sides of a story because there's always two sides of a
Wait,
story.
first of all, I'm sure people are curious. How did we land that interview?
Okay, so we landed the interview because our advisor Larry Jaffe, he he knows Foley and he knows the assistant Michael, and they were talking about how I was editor in chief and I was doing the podcast and everything like that, and to do an interview would be good, just a general interview, but then everything happened and things just decided to get better. So then I reached out and I told them that I'm Nicole Miranda. I told them a bit about myself, what I'm about, and what I'm trying to do, and they ended up saying yes. So I was really grateful that they ended up saying yes, because when you think about it, not just anyone can just have a simple meeting about something so major that's happening about the campus. And so I'm really grateful that this happened. So I reached out, they said yes, and then my schedule was kind of busy, so they kind of accommodated it.
You had to pencil Hank Foley into your
yeah,
schedule.
yeah,
Heck yeah, bro.
So,
power moves, baby.
So
that's how you do it.
The only
Heck
time
yeah. Heck yeah.
and I was the only time I'm available is after 5 after my class, and we ended up getting it, and they I didn't respond right away, so then they reached out to me again asking if I really wanted to do it. So it was not only good for us, but it was good for him to kind of clarify what everything has been about. So good PR. Exactly. So then we reached out, and then upcoming to the a day or two before the interview happened, I reached out asking if I could interview it instead of audio. And so his assistant first said that we couldn't record it visuals, but we could do audio. So I was just you know what, that makes sense. It's okay. It happens. It will do. It is what it is. But then literally the next morning, the day of the interview, he met Foley himself, because I had messaged him too in the same email asking him if we can record, and he said yes. He said sure.
He was on board.
Yeah, he was on board.
He had no issues
when we got there, he's
oh yeah.
So we took his word over
and even his
word.
even his assistant was just don't mind, disregard my last message, then you guys can do it. So then our my wonderful guys, we got that 3-camera setup. It's awesome. It's gonna be editing. It was a process.
Setup, man. That was quite the doozy.
No, it was crazy because before even going to the interview, we had to do a trial of how it's, because it was a literal production.
We did usually during more major interviews, they do full day camera tests.
Yeah, exactly.
And setting up for lighting and sound
to make sure everything's perfect. So we only had a couple hours, an hour and a half.
We did about I think it was pretty close to 2 hours of camera tests.
Exactly. So it was just
First of all, can we talk about the nerves we all had
Oh
before this interview?
I was so nervous.
Moly,
I was just why am I doing this? I'm going to stutter. I did stutter.
Why am I here? How did I even get here? What am I doing?
I don't think you saw me, but during the interview, I was kind of freaking out because I thought that there would be a point where I would have to hot swap batteries.
Oh my god!
In the middle of the interview.
Our other battery only had one bar in it, so he was panicking
god.
Yo, are we good? Are we good? I was
I had to keep checking.
He did.
Yeah.
We were both panicking because I kept looking at the timer on the top, how much time I had left? How much time I had left?
I had a battery in my pocket. I was okay, if this starts dying,
I gotta switch it out.
Switch, like a NASCAR pit crew.
So no, but it went awesome because the way we had the camera set up, the shots were awesome. I posted a little bit on my Insta story, and then a bunch of people were oh my god, this is amazing, you're famous, blah blah blah. And I'm
that boomerang.
Oh, yeah, the boomerang that David took.
Yeah.
So it went pretty well.
No, it didn't go pretty well. It went swimmingly, and the team killed it, and I'm very proud of us all.
So
again, shout out to John Vincennes for helping us.
First of all, yeah,
last minute too. Oh my gosh,
he gave us the whole crazy rundown.
This is all about what college is about, getting connections, because if we weren't so close and connected and knowing of John, then we wouldn't be able to get the equipment that we got.
We've earned his
we
trust.
wouldn't yeah, exactly, and we wouldn't have gotten the setup that we got and like the footage and all this stuff. So like you just got to get out there, even if you're like, you know, step out of your comfort zone, guys.
It's good being involved.
Yeah, John's like the nicest guy ever. Get to know
like,
John if you're a comm major.
Especially
for sure.
like NYIT like helps you. Like if you need to like sign something out, like if you're show that you're reliable, then obviously like you could do it. So
just be responsible.
Getting back to the interview,
Wait, first,
so
can we talk about that office that Foley had?
oh, that
Holy
office,
guacamole.
12th floor of 1855.
The view.
It
View
looked
of Central Park, bro.
Yes,
What-
that
the
was
sunset was reflecting off of the building next to us, bro. It's like Jesus.
beautiful.
I feel like I'm in Wall Street right now.
Yeah, literally.
Gordon Gekko's office.
It was like a crazy experience.
Lovely
because
office.
It was just like we're there, like really
It was
doing
surreal
it.
for a while.
I
was
didn't
like,
I didn't even know that floor existed.
A lot
Me
of
neither.
I feel
didn't know
like
that
a
that
lot
was
of
there.
I
people
walked in and
are,
was like, what is
a lot of
this?
people are gonna like listen and be like, oh, but you're just interviewing like the NYIT president, like no big deal. But like you have to like
Yeah, that's the
acknowledge like
president
it's
of
like, you
an
can't-
entire school.
yeah, like it's just like some people are like, oh, it's like whatever. But then like to us, since like we wanted to know like what like went on, like we're just like, oh my god, like
First of
we
all,
got this.
Especially like on the heels of like everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Bro, the only time I had ever seen Hank Foley was in the introduction video when I got accepted into the school. That's literally the only time I've ever
I'd
seen
like
Hank
see
Foley.
him
I
in
saw him at most
passing.
cart,
And
and
it's
at the time I
crazy.
was mad. So I was like,
I was like, wow, I'm actually just gonna go from seeing this guy in the video to on my first date to like meeting and interviewing this man. I mean, obviously being a part of the interview. I mean, at least it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
it was definitely a
once in a life experience.
very different. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never even like my last school. I couldn't even tell you the name of my president. Now I'm here interviewing this guy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The come up is real.
I was honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, so we did that, and then so I started off the interview obviously by like kind of informing him that I was like
We
David
roughed
said-
him up a bit and then
Yeah,
asked him a question.
yeah.
Threw
so
him in the chair.
Listen,
Like,
Foley.
Put the mic on.
sit down. But I told him because I wasn't coming as editor-in-chief of the newspaper. I wasn't coming as like a someone in the press. I wasn't coming as someone from the podcast. I was coming as a concerned student that just wanted to like know information so then I could come back to you guys and come back to everybody else.
And if that intro doesn't win a Pulitzer, I don't know what will.
Yeah. So like, you know, trying to get on his side because like it's not like there's no sides. Like everybody's supposed to be on the same side because like we're all one institution. We're all like supposed to be a family. It's everything that we do is supposed to better ourselves, not tear each other down.
We are Manhattan's voice.
Exactly.
Hashtag we are Manhattan's voice.
And we are NYIT. NYIT did that. So I started like the interview with that, and then I started to ask him like questions about like his past like history and education and like where he went to college. He went to Providence College in Rhode Island. You know, he studied chemistry. He did a lot of things, and he, you know, along his way he met his wife. He had kids. His kids like, you know, have like a great educational background too, so like kudos to them. Like they're one smart family out there, and
Work his way up.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
So then he, you know, he emphasized that he's here at NYIT, not in the beginning of his career. He's at the end. So like, you know, he isn't here.
This isn't a stepping stone.
Yeah.
for him,
He's here for the long run. He's here for a goal, a mission, and he's like trying to emphasize that like throughout the whole entire interview, he stated that he's here for one goal to like better and NYIT, and obviously we're all down to do that. So that was good to hear. Then I like kind of explained of how what we got from our side, that we saw like articles about 1855 Broadway being on the market, and then we were like, why are we learning this from a third party? Then we went on to talking about how I went on by talking about how all of this like kind of went along and stuff like that. And then at one point, for the majority of the like interview, he explained himself from the very beginning, how like
He was very thorough.
yeah, like
about-
he
Very thorough.
like from like the moment he like started at NYT, he was looking at like finance, like the finances and stuff like that, because a lot of people don't think about it, but it's something like so major that you need to think about it, because we are Manhattan is expensive. So
like he was literally talking about the fact that like they had to determine how many dollars they were paying per square
feet.
foot.
So so let me throw out a fact. There in NYT Manhattan, it's $90 per square feet to run and maintain this campus, and then comparing to $5.50 in the old Westbury Long Island campus. So there it's like times 16. So when you think about it, that's a lot of money. And a lot of people in the New York City campus don't pay full tuition. The average income is about $39,000, and we get around $20,000 something in financial aid, which, you know, we can't keep asking people who don't have money to pay more money every year. So it's difficult. And, you know, he explained how, and obviously I'm not going to give specific details because we are going to upload the video of the interview.
The full edited video should go up probably on the podcast YouTube channel, and we may even upload the full audio as a bonus episode, like onto the podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not sure when, but definitely
we'll keep everyone
do
posted.
that. But I'm just gonna give an overview of what generally happened. You know, he explained that NYIT has been losing money for a while now, so it's the best decision is to go to Long Island City, and like to go anywhere. Like we had two options, whether to go to Lower Manhattan or Long Island City. But Lower Manhattan, like you have to realize if there's space available and stuff like that.
Lower Manhattan is
it's crowded.
Already crowded.
Exactly. So it's just like, where would you put us? Like
there are like 4 other schools down in Lower Manhattan.
Exactly. So then when you think about it, like Long Island City is the best option. And he says that the way that he refers to this plan, the plan that NYU did, so like down in the East Village, how like when NYU bought it out, that there was nothing there.
If you've ever been in like the NYU area, like NYU, know you're there,
because it's everywhere. So the way that NYU did it, when they bought that location and like that space, they bought it and they built it up. So like that's why it's like, you know, popping out there. But so that's what he's trying to do in Long Island City. He's trying to build, you know, NYIT up from there, so then we can expand, and there's more space and, you know, room for expanding majors. So, you know, and he said it's only like 2 miles away.
I think he said 2.4.
Yeah, 2.4 miles away. So it's not that far. It's like a 10-minute extra commute on a train or whatever. And I know a lot of people.
He was also saying that like that consideration should help like I think it was the majority of students who come from Queens, Brooklyn, and Nassau County, I think. And there are some students that come from Westchester.
Not from Westchester, but Nassau County.
So he was saying that was a consideration.
That's a quicker train. I get off at Jamaica and just go to Long Island City. Plus, we're by Silver Cup Studios, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they filmed Highlander.
And he had was talking about how like the buildings we own have right now, 1855 Broadway is on the market. So like, and this week, because it was last week, so he said that for this week that there's gonna be like a team like looking out in Long Island to see like where we're gonna like, you know, buy space, like, you know, all that stuff. And then he also stated how for 16 West, obviously the leases are really expensive, and I'm gonna pull up some numbers for you guys.
Let's not give too much away. Let's let people watch the video too.
Yeah. So for just 16 West, let alone, it's like $161 million that we owe, and then between 26 West and 33 West combined, it's $240 million. So obviously we have to pay it. We're still gonna have a presence in Manhattan for graduate and professional studies, but for the most part, the majority of NYIT undergrad will be in Long Island City. And, you know, not only because of like financial issues, but also because like next door everything's going to be torn down because like the demolition and all that stuff. So it's going to be
actually if you go to NYIT Manhattan, you've already seen the demolition happening
in the
Sapphire Indian cuisine place.
But if you definitely give the full interview a listen once it comes out. Hopefully it should be out soon, so you can give your full opinion on it. And, you know.
Definitely. But, you know, this wasn't even really an update because we all knew that it was being sold.
Sure, but the full story.
But yeah, you'll get the full story once we upload the video and like the audio.
A lot more like details helps.
Yeah.
You can form your own opinion once you watch the full interview and realize both sides of the story, and then you can, you know.
But overall, like this, he emphasized that he has passion in what he's doing. Like, he isn't doing this just because, like, you know, we aren't moving to Long Island City just because, obviously, you know, Manhattan is really expensive, and they're not going to ask students to pay more tuition than they're already paying. So, you know, we don't really have an option between everything going on with, like, chronic problems and acute problems. Like, it all comes to the fact that we need to move. And probably summer 2021 is the summer that we'll make that transfer. And everybody has to look at it as, like, positive side. Like, you know, there's going to be more space, like an actual campus, more room for people to grow, more like, you know, research, more things for your majors. Like, it isn't going downhill from here. It's only like coming up. So you just guys have to like stay tuned in to like figure out, well, like, to if you guys want to know like all the specific details and stuff like that went on into our interview with
as a student,
Foley.
stay informed on what's going on your campus.
Yeah, definitely, because I know a lot of students that don't even know what's going on. So definitely we want to share the information that we have for you guys, and that's why like we're doing this. That's why we're doing this podcast. That's why we're out here every Tuesday and we're releasing on Fridays and stuff like that. Because
Believe me, I'm tired of them, but I just keep coming back.
Shut up. And then also with like the Manhattan newspaper too.
That's why the door is
Manhattan
locked.
Globe. We just hate them. But yeah, so definitely guys, check that out once it's out. And you know, obviously we're doing this for not only us but you guys too, because we aren't just keeping this information to ourselves.
Like she said, she's a student, not an editor-in-chief first.
Yes. So yeah.
As students, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, guys.
Should be out soon.
All right, guys.
Anything in Keanu's at all? Anything updates at all?
I don't think he's really up to anything lately.
Keanu, we hope you're doing well.
I think he's
Maybe he took a week off.
He's sitting back chilling. Probably still working on.
I'm pretty sure Bill and Ted 3 already wrapped.
I don't know if he'd still be working on Cyberpunk. They probably already have most of his footage.
Probably not, yeah.
He's probably chilling.
He's doing his thing.
He's out in California
doing that K.
somewhere.
Reeves thing, baby.
Out in California.
Sure.
Surfing.
Probably shooting more guns for the next John Wick movie or something.
Which, first of all, I can't wait.
Oh, God.
Every day that passes, I think I'm one day closer to John Wick 4, baby. Have you watched any John Wick?
You really, really need to watch the John Wick series.
I think I'm pretty sure like 2 episodes ago she's like, oh yeah, this weekend I'm gonna watch all 3.
I remember.
Yeah, that happened, Nicole. That happened.
So you know what? Sleep
but also
happened.
I also said that I'd watch like Eat, Pray, Love. I'm pretty sure. So
It was really good, guys.
I don't know
Eat,
if
Pray,
I'm gonna
Love.
watch that.
Whatever.
I've seen some movies and I've felt like I wanted those hours back.
I feel like I haven't
Amen.
seen movies in so long because
Amen.
I've been so busy. I still need to watch these 2 movies for
When was the
class.
last thing
what
I
was
saw?
what was the last
thing-
awful movie you saw?
The last awful movie I saw?
Men in Black International. Was
I didn't see
really,
it, but I heard it
really
bombs.
bad. It was bored. It was just there's nothing to keep me going to enjoy this plot.
What was the last bad movie I saw?
That's a good question.
What about you, Nicole?
I don't
Do you
know.
I don't even know, honestly.
Awesome.
know.
I'm glad I
I've-
brought up the question, guys.
I've seen some pretty good. The last thing I saw was the director's cut of Midsommar,
which is
That
still
was-
literally in my
Okay,
agenda.
that honestly, that was the last movie that I think I watched that I hated because it
You
was.
didn't like Midsommar?
It was so freaking weird.
I have to watch that still.
It's basically like
Maybe I'll watch that tonight.
I didn't
It's-
watch Hereditary.
you didn't have to watch Hereditary to understand it.
I guess.
It's
not a sequel.
It's like a spiritual successor to Hereditary, but it's
What? I'm
it's
telling
from
you,
the
it's
same writer and director. Like it's kind of just this.
It's just
style,
out of my
but
comfort zone, so
like-
that's why I think I don't like it. But
I won't get into
like
it.
the
I won't get
content
into
was
it.
like
Was
crazy.
it scary for you?
It's
not
like- it's
kinda
a
scary, but it was
psychological
kind of
thriller.
like, what the heck?
It's a psychological thriller.
So I'm like, what the
I can't
heck?
remember the last movie I was scared for, really.
I wasn't scared, but I was like, what the heck?
I haven't watched horror movies in a while. I really need to.
I feel like the only movies that really scared me is like The Grudge and The Ring, but like not really anymore.
Not really anymore, guys.
Like
Just for that
The Grudge,
clarification.
if I'm watching The Grudge and like alone in the dark and my house is like empty, I'll be like, all right, I might turn this
I
off.
gotta go
I might turn this off.
It's
I gotta
October
go to bed.
1st,
Turn
guys.
the light up.
Spooky
Oh,
season
spooky
is
season.
easy.
Yeah, guys.
Time for scary movies.
First of all, I try to watch like 2-3 horror movies a week whenever it's Halloween season.
I gotta do that.
I'm definitely gonna watch all 3 Hellraisers this week probably because I love
I want to
Hellraiser.
watch the what was it, the 2018 Halloween again?
I have to watch that.
It was really good.
Have you ever seen a Halloween 3?
I haven't
Season
seen
of the
any.
Witch
I haven't seen
stuff.
any of the older
It's
ones.
not Michael Myers movie. It's like a Halloween movie in its own. But because they tried to branch out because they wanted to make Halloween like a series about like just different horror movies, and it's called Season of the Witch. You should check that out. Very underrated cult movie.
I do want to go back and watch the old ones.
First of all, Halloween 2 is really good with the one in the hospital. Very very good. But yeah,
Yeah, can't wait, guys.
Halloween season is here. Spooky season.
Anyway,
Yes.
happy spooky season, everyone. From all of us
Spooky,
here at
scary
Manhattan's
skeletons.
Voice. So we're gonna wrap up for this week.
Wrap it
Look
up like
out
a
for the
Subway
Foley
sandwich.
interview. That's gonna be out very soon. Pay attention to club events. Go attend some stuff. Meet some people.
Watch out for the paper
Do
that's
some
coming
things.
out next week.
The paper
See us on campus. Give
We'll
us
be out.
Give us a hello.
very, very soon. Alrighty, guys. Hope you have a great week.
What's going on over here?
I don't know.
Have a
I'm
great
dancing.
week from us at Manhattan's Voice. From me, Julian West.
Nicole Miranda.
And Mr. Contreras.
Oh.
Contreras. David Contreras.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Alrighty, guys. Have a great week. And
Keep on rocking in the free world, yo.
we'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.
Can I get one more team?
One more.
3, 2, 1, 2.
All right.
No one else is going to say team.
Have a nice week, guys.
Later,
Talk
y'all.
to you soon.
All right, bye.